Tablet 1. The Arrogance of Gilgamesh. He who has seen everything, let him teach the nations. He who holds all knowledge, let him share it with the people. Gilgamesh, master of wisdom, knower of all things. He discovered the secret hidden before the flood, and brought back word of those forgotten days. He walked a distant road, worn to the bone with his toiling, then came at last to rest. And all that he had suffered, he carved into stone. He built the walls of Uruk, the high-walled city. He laid the foundations of Eanna, the sacred temple, gleaming like copper in the sun. Go, look at the walls. See how the bricks were fired. Did not the 7 sages themselves lay down the plan? 1 league of city, 1 league of gardens, 1 league of clay pits. This is Uruk. This is what he built. Find the bronze chest buried beneath the foundations. Open it. Lift out the tablet of lapis lazuli. Read what Gilgamesh endured. Read every word. 2/3 of him was God. 1/3 was man. The great goddess Aruru had shaped the whole of him with care, his body, his strength, his beauty, all of it perfect. He was taller than any man in Uruk. He stood like an aurochs above the young men of the city. His weapons had no equal. But in his arrogance, he had become a tyrant. Day and night, the drums of his restlessness shook the city. He left no son to his father, no daughter to her mother, no wife to her husband. He was their shepherd, and he devoured his flock. The people of Uruk lifted their voices to heaven. Their cries reached the gods. The gods of heaven heard the lament of Uruk and brought it before Anu, lord of the sky. "You made this man," they said. "His strength is like a meteorite fallen from heaven. He leaves no son to his father, no daughter to her mother. Is this the king you intended? Is this a shepherd or a wolf?" Anu heard them. He turned to Aruru, goddess of creation. "You formed Gilgamesh from clay," he said. "Now form his equal. Shape a second self, a man as powerful as he is, so that the two may meet and Uruk may find peace." Aruru washed her hands. She reached down and took a handful of clay. She went out into the wilderness and cast it down. From that clay she shaped Enkidu. He was everything Gilgamesh was not. His body was covered in hair like an animal's. His locks grew wild, thick as standing grain. He had never known a city, never seen walls. He ran with the gazelles and ate grass beside them. He drank at the watering hole with the herds. He was a creature of the open land, at home only in the wild. A trapper came upon him. 3 days in a row he found Enkidu at the watering hole, and 3 days in a row he froze. The man who had spent his life reading the desert could not read this. He went home speechless. His face had the look of someone who has walked too far and seen something he cannot name. He stood before his father and said, "Father, there is a man out there come down from the mountains. His strength is greater than anything I have ever seen. He fills in my pits. He tears up my traps. He frees every animal I manage to catch. I cannot work. I am afraid to go near him." His father thought for a moment, then answered, "Go to Uruk, my son. Go to Gilgamesh. Tell him what you have seen. He will know what to do." The hunter went to Uruk and found the king. He described the wild man of the mountains, his size, his hair, his communion with the animals, the way the herds gathered around him as if he were one of them. "Go back. Take Shamhat with you, the woman who walks in beauty. Bring her to the watering hole and wait. When Enkidu comes to drink, let her stand before him. When his eyes find her, he will be drawn to her, and when he has known the touch of a human hand, the animals will look at him and no longer know him. He will have crossed from one world into another, and the wild will release its claim on him. The hunter returned to the wilderness with Shamhat. They waited 2 days at the watering hole. On the 3rd day, the herds came down to drink, and with them came Enkidu, shaggy and enormous, pasturing with the gazelles, as he always had. Shamhat looked at him across the water. She let her robe fall. Enkidu stopped. He had never stood before another human being and felt this pull, this weight in his chest, this new gravity. He crossed the distance between them. For 7 days they remained together at the edge of the wilderness. When at last Enkidu turned back toward the animals, they scattered. The gazelles bolted, the wild cattle veered away. He ran after them and found his legs were slower. Something had changed in him. Something was gone. He stood alone at the watering hole. Shamhat looked at his face, calmer now, stilled. Something in it had deepened. Enkidu, you are beautiful, and you are more than you were. Why do you still reach toward the animals, toward the grass? Come with me to Uruk, the high-walled city. Come to the temple of Anu and Ishtar, the sacred house. Come and see Gilgamesh, who surpasses all men the way the aurochs surpasses all other beasts. Look at him. You will not be afraid of him. You will want to stand beside him. Enkidu felt the truth of it, a longing he had no words for, the longing for a companion, for an equal. He said, "Take me there. I will go to Uruk. I will stand before this king. I will shout through the streets, I too am mighty. Let destiny be changed. Let him who was born in the wild prove his strength." She said, "Come. In Uruk the days are festivals. The musicians play, the people dress in their finest. And Gilgamesh, you will see him. The sun god Shamash loves him. The gods Anu, Enlil, and Ea have poured their wisdom into him. But before you even left your mountains, he was already dreaming of you." Before Enkidu ever came to Uruk, Gilgamesh dreamed. He went to his mother, the goddess Ninsun, wise in all things. "Mother, I saw stars fall from the sky onto my shoulders. Something like a meteor crashed down on me. I struggled against it. I could not lift it, could not shake it loose. But the people of Uruk gathered around it and touched it with reverence. I brought it to you and laid it at your feet, and I held it to my chest, the way you hold something precious." Ninsun, who knew all wisdom, answered him, "The stars that fell on you, those are your companions. The thing that was like a meteor, that you could not shake loose, that is a man, strong as the rock of heaven, a man who will stand beside you and never leave. You held him to your chest. He will be your equal. He will be the friend you have been waiting for." Gilgamesh dreamed a second time. An axe fell into the city. The people gathered around it in wonder. He brought it to his mother and held it like a living thing. Ninsun said the same. "This too is a man, strong, loyal, your equal, a stout heart, one ready to stand beside a comrade." Gilgamesh looked at his mother. "Then let great danger come," he said. "If a friend stands with me, I am ready." The story is not over. Enkidu and Gilgamesh have yet to stand face to face. You have walked the first road with him, through the walls of Uruk, through the making of Enkidu, through the first dream of what friendship might demand. This story is 4,000 years old. It survived on broken clay, buried under sand, lost for centuries, and found again. Someone chose to preserve it. Someone chose to read it aloud. And today, you chose to listen. If something in it felt true, share it. Leave a like. Subscribe so the next chapter finds you when it's ready. Every listener is a new link in the chain that keeps these words alive. Until then...